Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Europa Universalis for the 1 million Ducat challenge. I am back. I rebuilt a little bit of my fleet. I think we are in a better spot now. We still have to watch out. There's a lot of things to micromanage when we are so spread out throughout the entire world. There's still a lot of colonization and perhaps a bit of conquest to do. Although I don't want to bother too much with conquest. I kind of wanted this to be a peaceful game, but alas, it's not always the case. And it might be useful to get a new foothold into India, because yes, we can get a lot of trade power with ships, but I mean, come on, these provinces will give a lot of trade power, the estuaries and centers of trade, especially here. This might be really nice to have. So maybe we will go to war with some people in India in the future, but that will probably be more towards the end of the campaign. Is there any interesting things we can get here from Splendor? I don't really think so. Not sure about the Age of Revolution, what we can do there, but it seemed that we had our heydays in the first age, the Age of Discovery, which makes sense. I mean, Portugal is all about discovering the world. We still haven't had a golden era, and we definitely want that at some point in the future, but that will probably be in the Age of Revolution if we can get that. I think we can get a large capital. That's I don't know how much development you need. We probably can have a powerful subject. Might probably be a thing that we can do, and control institutions is probably we control. I don't know how many institutions you need to control. But we spawned colonialism and global trade. Unfortunately, it's in 10 years, but maybe we can conquer 10 years later down the line. So yes, we definitely want to do the golden age as late as possible, because the 10% production really adds up in our production income, and especially in our trade income. I mean, I don't know, I haven't looked at my income for a while. As you can see, production is 43 ducats a month and trade is 160, and this will only go up with increased production. We aren't even having a lot of trade efficiency here. I think we can get up to plus 200% almost, so maybe 150 later. So that's gonna really help us in the future. But enough of that. The reason that I started this video is here was because we want to start a war, and we want to conquer Makassar. It's a center of trade in the Moluccas node, and we probably want to conquer this land as well for our trade company. And the good thing about Makassar, it got released from Majapahit in the last episode by Malacca. It's really cool because we got a new subject, a new guy, a new land, a new state, a new nation. That's the word I was looking for. A new nation to attack. And since he's allied to Brunei, we can attack Brunei as well and get these lovely gems, those jalapeno peppers, and those spices, and the center of trade, of course, because that's really important for us to get a lot more trade power in the Malacca node. I mean, we got a bunch of ships here, not enough. I think we want to build up to at least 50, maybe eventually to 100 ships. So we definitely want to control the majority of the trade here, so we can send all that trade to Zanzibar and send it from there around the Cape. As you can see, a lot of trade is still sitting here. We are only sending 26 ducats to our home node. And some of it is will get stuck here, I think. Oh, we control a lot of trade power here, so we definitely want to. I think we want to try to get to 90% of the trade power in the really important nodes. So that's Zanzibar and things like Malacca, and probably in the Gulf of Aden as well, because we can get a lot of trade. If you consider a lot of trade from India, we can send it down, send it back to Portugal. But for now, let's declare the war, and I'm gonna do war, and I will see if there are any interesting battles, and we'll get to see everything. Sorry for this long introduction, but I hope you don't mind. And we won our first naval battle. 20 heavy ships is really good to have. We even captured two light ships. Or is it 2 galleons? No, 2 light ships, which is really nice. We can use them later to protect trade. And now we're gonna blockade the Bruneian fleet, and we're just gonna its capital with this army, and it probably should be a nice easy war here. He is occupying this land here. I'm not sure if I want to take this for myself. I probably want to, because these Spice Islands are really good production, and I think I can increase the production even more once I own the land. Maybe I can make a trade city out of it. I can still make a trade city in this node. I don't think so, because I already have one. But we can look into that. We want to knock Brunei out of the war as soon as possible, because he has a reasonable stack. I think I can easily beat it, but if I can take the capital first, that would be really lovely. So I did an artillery barrage. It's quite expensive, 50 military points, but since we're ahead of tech and getting enough points that we can easily make the tech in time, I thought, you know what, let's use the barrage and hopefully get his capital soon. Yes, there we are. Maybe we can let's see what we can get for our piece here. That would be too much. Wow, this is a lot of war score. We have to check these provinces. This is 8 development. This is a 29 development province, so that's a really juicy. And then we have to decide what we want. We want the gems or the fort with the spices. I think we want the fort with spices. Maybe we can. No, we cannot get any other province, and then we will probably take a lot of his cash. And this is gonna be the peace. But before we can sign the peace deal, we have some more occupation to do. It is election time. I think we have enough Republican tradition to actually keep our current candidate, so we get a little bit better. I think we're gonna keep him for another time, so we drop to something around 70 next time. No, back to 80. Getting 1.1 Republican tradition each year. It's not that much, but it's enough to keep him around for a while. We gained enough splendor to pick one of these abilities, so I'm gonna pick administrative efficiency. It's gonna help me a little bit with the coring, and I think that's basically the best one for me. I don't really care about absolutism because I'm a republic, so my absolutism is really low anyway. Yeah, my value is I think I'm at my max value, right? Yes, because the base value is 65 minus 50 plus 10 is 25, so I can't even get any higher. So well, that's my cap, by the way. I'm at 6 currently. So I don't think the +1 per year is worth it for me. I'd rather get 5 admin efficiency straight out of the gate. We're gonna continue the war, and I will be back with an important update. This war has proven to be quite tough. Brunei is a really good admiral, and he keeps beating my fleet, although I have more heavies. He sank all of them. 5 heavies. What? Well, at least we are winning the war on land. I'm so bad at this war stuff. I don't know what it is, but especially at this stage of the game, I should play that more. There's so much to manage. I have to manage the colonies, and I have to manage the wars, and I know you can pause the game so you can figure things out, but still, it's still a lot to take in, and I'm actually quite a lot down on manpower, so that's not ideal. But we're slowly occupying more of Brunei. Um, he is occupying a bit of my land as well, but he is at low war enthusiasm. So let's see how close is he wanting to peace out. He's actually fairly close. So if I get rid of these occupations, he's probably willing to peace out, and then we're gonna peace out. I think I don't want to be too greedy here. I think I would just take Brunei. It's a really good port, and we can see if he has any good alliances, which we might. There's another colony finished, which we may be able to cancel or maybe exploit. Is this Sulu? No, he is allied to Sulu, but I don't know where Sulu is. Otherwise, I could attack Sulu and drag him into a war again, or later on. I think we're gonna we don't want to be too greedy. I think we want to reestablish the peace. I need to and one other lesson I need to learn is to prepare my wars a little bit better. Position my navies before I start a war. Take notice of the generals or admirals. Yeah, he has a great admiral, and I should have noticed that. I also noticed that I didn't have any generals commanding my armies before starting the war, which are just, well, I wouldn't say minor mistakes, but they're not. These mistakes just to pile up and pile up. So that's why I'm not doing as good as I wanted to, but that's okay. It's a part of the learning experience and part of the challenge. I'm gonna continue this war, and I will be back once we have a peace deal with Brunei, and then we will probably immediately peace out Makassar as well. I'm quickly gonna peace out here for Brunei for the Cinderous trade and a little bit of cash. Initially I wanted to wait and to occupy a little bit more of his land, but he got a wall breach, so he went from 0% progress to 21. And I don't want to risk him getting his capital back. I think this is fine. We take that center of trade, and then we can should be able to maybe fully occupy this land. Wait, yes, there we go. We should get our fleet back together. My fleet got destroyed. So let's make this a core. It's really expensive. Gain 50 ducats. Wow, 50 ducats. Invest in merchants, local trade power, gain 10 ducats, or gain 20 diplo. Strange as this sounds, local trade power plus. This is a really small number, but what's more important for us? The diplo points? I think it is, because we could take a diplo tech if we had the points. Which isn't yeah, it's a quite important tech for us, I think. We get a new light ship type, and we get more sailors. We get access to the building that gives us more sailors. Although I think we are almost done with getting rid of a sailor problem. This is gonna give me I think this is gonna give me quite a bit of money long term. It's only 5 years though. So, but in every trade node I own, and I have a merchant, plus 2 or 5, and which gets modified by all the modifiers, but. So it might change quite a bit, and might bring in a couple of decades for each year, but money is not the problem. Although we want to make money, of course, that's the final goal. But I actually accidentally clicked the wrong one. I wanted to click the diplo power, but for some reason I clicked the wrong one. We're gonna peace out these guys soon. That's gonna be the end of the episode. Am I pleased with this episode? No, not really. I fought a war, and I think the war was way too costly for me, because I lost a lot of ships again, and that's not only costing me a lot of money to rebuild the ships. Well, that's the least of my issues. It's costing me a lot of trade income, and that's costing me in the long run. So I shouldn't pick these fights. I should only pick these fights if I really think they are necessary, and if not, I just shouldn't bother with them. So that's something that we're gonna check in the future. If I really want to pick the fight, I probably want to pick the easy fights, or if I am picking a difficult fight, I have to prepare really well. Fortunately, we can just fully occupy this. It's gonna give me a little bit of aggressive expansion. Let's see, Makassar, Brunei, Kolima, Tidore, which is here. That's not too bad. I'm gonna get a bit of cash out of it, and a center of trade, and some extra islands as a nice little bonus. So yes, that costed me 50k troops, but that wasn't the big issue. Big issue was the ships that costed me. I think this is the end. Oh, I cannot core that because there are rebels. I'm gonna give all of it to trading company, which I probably should do well with this one. Ah, we can make it a trade city. Let's see, what are the bonuses for a trade city here? Local unrest, trade efficiency, caravan power. I thought a trade city also gets a big bonus towards goods produced, but I'm not so sure. I think I'm gonna make a trade company because that really increases the trade power here by a lot, and the trade value as well. Yeah, the autonomy for goods produced went down. Do I want to keep this guy? Yes, I still want to keep him. Alright, that's it for this episode. I am not very pleased, as I said before. Of course, the end result is quite nice. We will gain a lot more trade power in the Moluccas. As you can see, we're over 50%, which is nice. Did we get another merchant out of that? Because that's a trade company, right? Malacca charter. I think we will get one at the tick of next month. So let's wait until the next month, and then we will probably have another merchant, which is really nice. We have a lot of trade power here, which we can send back home. And yeah, we're gonna add this. We have to deoccupy the province. We get one. No. At least 51. Currently 48.7. But we will be at 50 fairly soon. So that means that we get in on a merchant, which is nice, which can help us send trade around. We are not very powerful in Malacca just yet. We kind of want to maybe get these two as well. But then we'd have to fight Malacca, and to do that we need to be sure that our fleet is really up to date and really up to the task. And because a small nation as Brunei with a great admiral was able, with his 8 heavies, he was able to smash my 20 heavies because they didn't have an admiral. And then I put an admiral in charge, but I already lost 8 heavies, and my 12 heavies couldn't fight against his 8. So yeah, that was unfortunate. We're gonna rebuild again. Luckily, we have a bunch of cash. We have the sailors. We just have to locate the fleet. This is all transport. So gonna get the fleet, and then we gonna rebuild. And next time we will be back. We have hopefully a rebuilt nation, and then I have to be really critical to myself and to where I want to go next and what my next plans are, and I have to be really careful. Alright, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy it anyway. How about that million ducats? Are we ever gonna get it? This is gonna increase quite a lot if we actually get the trade up and running. I think that's our first priority now. We keep getting sidetracked on conquering stuff, but those conquest type of things also help me with the trade, of course. But I think we really have to get the trade up and running, because how many ships can we build? We can build 100 ships. So we lost quite a lot of ships there. I think we lost about 40 ships. That's not good. But we definitely want to build up to our force limit. And we are at... Yeah, we definitely want to take this ID first, I think. No, we do not. We want to take the tech first, because then we can build with the new frigates for... with the new frigates to our force limit. They have a trade power of 3. My current ships, the early frigates, also have a trade power of 3, so the trade power doesn't change. No. We have to check this frigate. It doesn't give stats, so we don't know how that will change. But we want to get the frigates first, and then we will pick the ID so we can build a large fleet. Yeah, that's gonna be the focus of next episode. Build a fleet, build a navy. Build some heavies as well, and focus on the trade. I'll probably try to get to figure out how we can get more leaders, maybe with some ID group. Is there a evil leader? Yeah, probably if you have this ID, we will probably want to have some admirals with maneuver, because that increases trade power in a note as well, the trade power of ships. So that's actually quite useful for us. So we want to figure out ways to get more leaders without upkeep, because we're currently at 3. Of course, we can we can invest a little bit more in these guys, so we get enough monarch points to actually afford those leaders. Because in the end, we want the money, not the monarch points. For now, the monarch points may help us get there, but for the last 100. I think the last 50 years, I think we want to invest everything in getting money. But I'm rambling on way too long already. Thank you for watching for now, and I hope to see you in the next episode. Bye!